These are 5 points that I want to give Viwe. To be a husband, to be a father, it's made up of 5 P's. 5 P's. A husband or a father is a protector. You must be protective. Protect your wife, even from your own family. Stand for her. You must be concerned about her well-being. You protect her against enemies, trouble, stress. That's why you are the head, to cover her. You are not the head to dominate and abuse, but you are the head to protect. Everything starts with me. Most of the times it ends with me because I'm protecting my wife. Everything hits me first because she's behind me. I am on the way. I block the wind. My wife will begin to appreciate me when I'm no longer there, because there's a lot of wind that never gets to my wife. I stand before my wife and even my family. They knew, you dare not touch my wife. You can discuss anything with me, but please don't discuss my wife with me. Don't. It's not allowed. Be the protector. That's why we men, we don't talk a lot. We don't complain. We keep quiet. There's a lot that we're taking in. When my wife, she used to be a teacher, she taught for 38 years. The reason that I said she must stop, because every time she comes from work, she takes on me. I felt that this thing is too much. And she asked me, I never hear anything that is happening in your work. Are there no problems in your work? I said, no, there are no problems. There were many. I keep quiet. Protect my wife. Second point, husband is a provider. And I want to move away from this thing. When you provider, you think of money all the time. You provide wisdom. You provide friendship, insight, counsel, giving spirit. You're not a taker. You're giving even your life for your heart, for your wife. You're a contributor. There comes a time in your life that you know that life can't be all about you. You live for your wife. You know, I've heard husbands that say, I'll die for my wife. Can I tell you something? Your wife doesn't want you to die for her. He wants you to live with her. You are never at home. You are never there. You're just prepared to die for her. And you're not prepared to live with her. Thirdly, a husband and a wife is a promoter. You make your wife look good. You make sure that your wife looks good. She looks good today, I promise you. She's beautiful. I need to come to a stage where it's not about me, it's about my wife, it's about my kids, it's about my family. And can I tell you something? Refuse to be confined to your past. If you've been hurt when you were young because of the absence of your father, please be present. You don't have to repeat that mistake, because you know how much it hurts. Be available. Promote. about your wife. Make her look good. Affirm her. The husband a father is a priest. Let me tell you something. You know, the problem with men is not sin. The problem is not our sin. Our problem is a prayerless life. We don't pray for our families. If you read the Bible, you get in the book of Genesis, straight after Noah gets out of the ark, the first thing that he did, build up an altar. If you read the book of Genesis and follow Abraham right through his way, you can follow his steps. Wherever he goes, he leaves an altar. Find a place, my boy. Make it a habit. Develop good habits. And one of those habits, pray for your family. Pray for your wife. You are the priest. And lastly, that's the fifth one. A husband. A father is a prophet. That is why the man names the children. Because you don't just give a handle to a child. You are prophetic about it. You are futuristic. You see things that this boy doesn't see. Even if this boy has done so bad, you always tell him that. That's not you, my boy. You can do better than that. I believe in you. Always focus on who he can become, not on who he is. Let me give you an example. Have you ever noticed that when Jesus met Simon, first time he met him, and Simon is introduced by Andrew, and Jesus sees him, he says, Peter. You know the difference between the word Simon and Peter? Simon means a shivering sand, somebody who is very unstable. You can't trust him at all. And the word Simon means rock, firm. First time he sees him, he looks beyond what he is currently. He looks into the future, he says, you are Peter. And Simon continued to be Simon. 1 minute he says this, 1 minute he says that, 1 minute he says this one. Jesus continues to say Simon until he became Simon. Same applies with Saul. He called him Paul. Utika uThixo ethetha nalanda uNtu Ananiya liyambeka isandla kwawinkwethu emehlweni uthi uAnaniya kuThixo Thixo, I know you know everything, you're omnipresent, omniscient, you know everything. But let me tell you something, you're making a mistake. This guy's Saul, he's killing the Christians. You know what God says? That is not what he was. He was calling him by what he could be. Be prophetic, my boy. Even be prophetic to your wife. Speak good to her. Because she believes what you say. For those young girls that are here that are not married yet, I'll give you one example. And you listen to it very carefully. It was in America. This guy is a billionaire. He has a lot of money. He happened to have only one daughter. Only daughter. And then he got sick. He had cancer. He was just about to die. Terminal ill. And what he did, he called the top designer. He said, this guy must make a wedding dress for his daughter with gold. He paid for it. He said, there it is. That's yours. When you get married, I may not be around. Wear this. Then he died. Can I tell you something? Every time this child goes to school in the morning, he tries it on. Every day, she tries it on. By the time the day came for her to get married, the dress was very dirty. Don't try it on. God bless you. Thank you.
See, I've been picked out to be picked on. Talked about how my grandma's I've been